Cybersecurity in the industrial environment. Protection of the OT area. Bastioned facilities. Remote access. There are several technologies available for remote access to an industrial facility. Virtual private networks are the best tool, with OpenVPN being the most widely used protocol today. Remote access to industrial facilities refers to the use of communication technologies to remotely access and control systems and equipment in an industrial facility. This allows operators, engineers and maintenance technicians to access the facility's equipment and systems from anywhere in the world, as long as they have an internet connection. Remote access is becoming increasingly common in industry, as it offers a number of important benefits. Firstly, it allows for greater efficiency in the management and maintenance of the facility. For example, maintenance technicians can remotely connect to equipment to diagnose problems and carry out repairs without needing to physically travel to the facility, reducing downtime and increasing equipment availability. In addition, remote access can improve facility security, as it allows operators and technicians to monitor the facility from a safe and out-of-hazard location, reducing the risk of workplace accidents. It can also improve security in physical access to the facility, as access to systems and equipment can be restricted and controlled using authentication and data encryption systems. However, remote access can also present certain challenges and security risks. For example, connecting to the facility via the internet can increase exposure to cyber attacks and other security threats. Therefore, it is important for businesses to take steps to protect their systems and equipment by using robust security protocols and keeping their security software up to date. There are several types of remote access to industrial facilities, some of which are VPN, Virtual Private Network, access. This type of remote access allows users to connect to the facility's network through a secure, encrypted connection. Users can access the facility's systems and equipment as if they were physically present at the facility. RDP, Remote Desktop Protocol, access. This type of remote access allows users to access a remote desktop of the facility. This means that users can control the user interface of a computer at the facility as if they were sitting in front of it. SSH, Secure Shell, access. This type of remote access allows users to connect to the facility's systems through a secure, encrypted connection. Users can run commands on the command line of the facility's systems and transfer files between them. Remote monitoring access. This type of remote access allows users to monitor the facility's systems and equipment through cameras, sensors, and other remote monitoring devices. Users can view and analyze data in real time from anywhere in the world. VNC, Virtual Network Computing, access. This type of remote access allows users to control a remote computer at the facility over an encrypted connection. Users can view and control the remote computer's screen as if they were sitting in front of it. Telnet access. This type of remote access allows users to connect to systems at the facility over an unencrypted connection. Users can run commands at the command line on systems at the facility. But this type of access is less secure than other types of remote access and is recommended for use only on trusted networks. Browser-based remote desktop access. This type of remote access allows users to access a remote desktop at the facility through a web browser. Users can control the user interface of a computer at the facility as if they were sitting in front of it. It is important to note that some types of remote access may be less secure than others. So the risks and benefits of each type of remote access should be carefully evaluated before implementing it in an industrial facility. Additionally, it is critical to follow good security practices to protect the facility's systems and equipment from security threats. Establishing secure access to an industrial facility is crucial to protecting the facility's systems and equipment from security threats. Below are some steps that can be taken to establish secure access. Identify security requirements. It is important to determine what information and systems are critical to the operation of the facility and what levels of security are necessary to protect them. Users and devices that need to access the facility should be identified and security policies established to control access. Implement authentication and authorization. Authentication and authorization measures should be implemented to control who can access the facility and what systems and data they can access. This may include the use of strong passwords, multi-factor authentication, and role-based access controls. Use secure connections. Connections to the facility should be secure and encrypted. This may include the use of VPNs, SSL, and other security technologies to protect information during transmission. Update and maintain systems. Facility systems should be patched and updated regularly to fix vulnerabilities and protect against known security threats. Conduct security audits. It is important to conduct regular security audits to identify potential vulnerabilities and security threats and take steps to correct them. In general, establishing secure access to an industrial facility involves a combination of technical and security measures. And it is necessary to follow good security practices and stay up to date on emerging security threats to adequately protect the facility. AAA, authentication, authorization, and account management, is a set of security processes used to control access to systems and network resources. Each letter in AAA represents a different function in the access control process, authentication. The authentication process is used to verify the identity of the user or device requesting access to a system or network resource. Authentication may require the user to provide credentials, such as a username and password, or it may require a more advanced authentication process, such as two-factor or biometric authentication. Authorization. After the user or device has been authenticated, the authorization process is used to determine which resources or services they will be allowed to access. Authorization may be role-based, where users are given access to different resources depending on their role in the organization. Account management. This process is used to log and audit the use of network resources. This includes collecting information about who is accessing network resources and how those resources are being used. The AAA process set is commonly used in network systems to control access to network resources such as servers, routers, and firewalls. It can also be used in identity and access management, IAM, systems and cloud security systems. Using AAA helps ensure that only authorized users can access network resources and that network resource usage is logged for auditing and compliance purposes. A virtual private network, or VPN, is a technology that allows a secure and encrypted connection to be created between two devices over the Internet, as if they were on a physical private network. This means that a VPN creates an encrypted tunnel between the user's device and the VPN server, ensuring that communication between them is secure and private. VPNs are primarily used for two main purposes. Secure remote access. VPNs are used to allow remote users to access an organization's internal network securely. This allows users to access internal network resources, such as files and applications, from anywhere in the world as if they were physically in the company's office. Private web browsing. VPNs are also used to browse the Internet privately and securely. By connecting to a VPN, the user's Internet traffic is routed through the VPN server, hiding their IP address and making it harder for third parties to track their online activity. There are several types of VPNs used in industry, but the two most common types are Remote Access VPN. This type of VPN is used to allow remote users to access an organization's internal network from anywhere in the world. Users can connect to the VPN using client software that is installed on their device, such as a laptop or smartphone, and can then access the company's internal network resources securely. Remote access VPNs are commonly used in industry to allow employees to work remotely from home or while traveling. Site-to-site VPN. This type of VPN is used to connect two or more local networks securely over the Internet. For example, a company with offices in different locations could use a site-to-site VPN to connect all local networks and allow employees to access company network resources from any location. Site-to-site VPNs are commonly used in industry to connect remote or branch offices to the company's headquarters. The L2TP protocol, also known as Layer 2 Tunneling Protocol, is a VPN protocol that is currently used for VPN networks. It is the heir of the popular PPTP protocol and was created to correct all its flaws. However, by itself it is a VPN protocol that is not safe to use. It should always be used together with the IPSEC protocol to provide a layer of confidentiality, authenticity and integrity to the transmitted data. This protocol uses the PPP protocol to make the connection, defines its own tunnel establishment protocol and includes the same authentication mechanisms as PP. The downside is that L2TP has quite important deficiencies. It only performs authentication between the endpoints of the tunnel, and not for each packet that travels within this tunnel. It does not check the integrity of the transmitted data, that is, it does not check each packet individually. It does not encrypt or encrypt any data packet, so it does not provide data confidentiality. Although the information contained in PPP can be encrypted, it does not have the necessary mechanisms to do so. For all these reasons, L2TP is always used within an IPSEC connection that does provide security. L2TP uses TCP port 1701. This VPN protocol does not allow port switching, it is always the standard. IPSEC, Internet Protocol Security, is a security protocol used to secure network communication over the Internet. IPSEC provides a set of security mechanisms, such as authentication, encryption, and integrity protection, that are used to ensure that communication between two devices is secure and private. IPSEC is commonly used in VPNs to create secure communication tunnels between two devices, such as routers, gateways, and end devices. When IPsec is used in a VPN, the devices negotiate security parameters, such as the encryption algorithm and mode of operation, to ensure that communication between them is secure and private. IPsec is also used in other applications, such as secure remote access to servers and applications, and in protecting network traffic between devices on a private network. This protocol uses UDP ports 500 and 1500. For IPsec communication to work, it is necessary to open both ports, otherwise we will have problems with the network NAT. This protocol also does not allow port changes. We must use the standard one. In addition, this protocol works at the IP level, not at the transport layer level. SSL, Secure Sockets Layer, is an Internet security protocol that provides a secure and encrypted connection between two devices, such as a web browser and a web server. SSL is a security standard used to protect sensitive information, such as login data, personal information, and financial transactions that are transmitted over the Internet. SSL works by using digital certificates issued by a trusted certification authority. When a web browser requests a web page protected by SSL, the web server sends its digital certificate to the browser. The browser verifies that the certificate was issued by a trusted certification authority and that the information in the certificate matches the information on the website being accessed. If the verification is successful, the browser establishes a secure, encrypted connection with the web server using the HTTPS protocol. The secure SSL connection protects sensitive information transmitted between the web browser and the web server from interception and unauthorized access. The data is encrypted before being transmitted and can only be decrypted by the legitimate recipient, ensuring that sensitive information is protected during transmission. SSL, Secure Sockets Layer, and TLS, Transport Layer Security, are security protocols used to secure communication on the Internet. SSL and TLS provide strong encryption of data transmitted between two devices and mutual authentication to ensure that the devices communicate securely and authentically. SSL was the first security protocol used to secure communication on the Internet, but it was replaced by TLS, which is a more secure and updated version. Both protocols are similar in how they work, but TLS is more resistant to attacks and is backward compatible with SSL. SSL and TLS are commonly used in web applications, such as e-commerce websites, to secure online transactions and protect user information, such as credit card numbers and passwords. They are also used in email and instant messaging applications to encrypt communication between two devices. This protocol uses ports 443 and 8443. OpenVPN is an open-source software used to create a secure and private virtual private network, VPN, over the Internet. OpenVPN uses the SSL/TLS protocol to encrypt communication between devices and provide mutual authentication to ensure that devices communicate securely and authentically. OpenVPN is commonly used as a remote access VPN solution to allow remote users to access a company or organization's internal network resources. Users can connect to the VPN using OpenVPN client software installed on their devices, such as laptops, smartphones, or tablets. The VPN connection uses a shared encryption key and digital certificate to establish the secure connection and authenticate the communication. OpenVPN is also used as a site-to-site VPN solution to connect multiple local networks over the Internet. Routers or gateways using OpenVPN can be configured to automatically connect to a site-to-site VPN to allow devices on each local network to access the other network's resources securely. This protocol uses UDP port 1194 by default. However, it can also use TCP port 1194, since it supports both TCP and UDP protocols. In addition, we will be able to select any port to connect to. In this case, we have the freedom to choose the TCP or UDP port that we want.